Hey guys, welcome to the set of Star Trek. I'm just wrapping things up here, fed about 150 people, an amazing day, great crew, great cast. I'm having a blast out here, but to be honest, I'm really itching to get back onto that water. And last episode we had the brothers, Robert and John Gallery. We started out fishing in the river. Things were a little bit slow to start off, but things start heating up. I'll tell you what, we start catching a hell of a lot more fish.
Guide Shawn and Chef Antonio are in New Orleans fishing with special guest Robert Gallery, a former Oakland Raider, and his brother John.
Day 2 of fishing was probably our best day out there. It was a shorter day. We'll have a little competition today.
We had a little fishing competition today. They paper, rock, scissors. Antonio actually won and chose Robert. Well, Shawn got stuck with me.
I wanted John anyway.
That's exactly.
That you did.
I feel really bad because I won the rock, scissors, paper contest, and I went out and I picked up Robert as my partner.
Antonio and I were on a team.
And like always, the first 3 hours I'm skunked, and I'm about to take this whole bucket of chum and throw it right on my line.
We gave points for a certain fish.
Poor Robert's the only one bringing in the fish for our team.
We get used to a group of guys, you start razzing each other.
Missed another one, Robert?
We were a little slow. Antonio was feeling a little under the weather.
We got out there right away. We decided to go back to the bridges. We were going to go popping for some redfish. Oh, it's a redfish. Redfish. There we go, boys. Perfect. That's worth 3.
Nice. Nice.
10-2.
In the end, it was good to have me on his side. I caught most of the fish.
I think John outfished me out there today for sure. And he pulled in a nice redfish, about 22, 23 inches. We're looking for 16 inches. We're looking at just shy, I'd say 21 there with the fork on his tail. This fish has been tagged before. There's a reward. You call it in, call that 1-800 number, you get $5. And they'll be able to tell you where this fish has been. They track these fish.
With redfish being worth 3 points and Robert and Antonio losing 10-2, they try their best to catch up.
11-4.
As a late Al Davis would say, just win, baby. That's all we're trying to do, just win, baby.
12-6.
There's a nice Louisiana redfish right there.
3 points for your team.
I know. I feel bad because it's only really my second fish.
But John and Shawn are on fire. They keep catching redfish, which in turn runs up the scoreboard.
Seal the deal right there.
It's a redfish. Nice. So yeah, he did well out there and he kept our team afloat and he gave us a victory.
I think we ended up 23 points to their 11, so.
Oh, fish on? That's a pipe. He caught a piece of pipe. It was a great day and it made it fun because we threw a little competition in there. I'm thankful I got to fish with John instead of Robert. Although Robert did well, I think it was his teammate that let him down, but
Of course it was.
every time he gets himself into one of these competitions or something, just everything goes wrong for him. He ends up getting slaughtered or doesn't catch a fish forever.
Listen, I ended up catching 2 redfish. That's 6 points.
You did, I know. But
plus a ray that's 7 points. I brought 7 points.
each one of us probably caught about 15, 20 fish out there, and you caught 3.
Well, day 1 I caught a few fish.
Day 1 you did well, pre-fishing you did well.
Thank
Just
you.
when it comes down to when you need to catch fish, you can't.
I have nothing to say. I have absolutely nothing to say.
We're here in New Orleans, and Robert Gallery of the Oakland Raiders and his brother John are now going to compete in a friendly cooking competition.
So Shawn, you got some nice, beautiful fillets of flounder here.
Yeah, it's a nice white fish, great looking fish, so I figured we use that for the cook-off here.
I got some basic ingredients here for the guys. I mean, fried peppers, some fresh tomatoes, some bacon, onions, lemon, lime, a little bit of coleslaw, some cherry tomatoes, pico de gallo, some fresh sprouts, fried off mushrooms, and then we have your breadcrumb mix with your egg wash. So hopefully the guys can put together something. We're not going to give them any hints or anything because
Yeah.
we want them to kind of be creative. So we're going to judge them on creativity, taste, and final presentation.
You got enough food here to make a Mexican buffet, so they should do okay.
Cooking competition we had to finish things up here was fun. It's it's a little outside the box.
Feel free to use any of the ingredients you want. We got some bread, we have some tortilla shells there too. Any questions, feel free to ask. But other than that, you're on your own. All right?
Have you guys done much cooking before?
Not to this extent. This will be interesting. I'm a little nervous. Not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous. I cook a couple simple, breakfast dishes or something, but throwing the fish fillets in there, that was a little bit, heavy on the plate for me.
Don't have the cool chef's jacket, so I don't know if that helps or not, but
Yeah,
see what we can do.
It doesn't help me catch more fish, though. But it makes me look good when we're cooking.
It's, when you're around a professional like Antonio is, you try and think, oh, what is he gonna want, so you probably overthought things.
Robert looks like he's on his way here.
Try and do them at the same time here, so my clock can work in unison, the correct time to not lose any flavor or overcooking.
There you go. Again, every time we go into these cooking competitions, my expectations are pretty low.
Pretty good.
Give her a flip.
Good enough for you two to eat at least. Like a pro.
That is like a pro. That flounder is a beautiful fish. These guys made it look easy. They cooked the fish perfectly. So growing up, you guys had 4 brothers and a sister.
We did, yeah. We had a full house. We went through some beef, that's for sure. But it's fun. It's something that I don't do a lot, and you're kind of guessing. He knows what things work well together, and I think I'm gonna go with the bun. Who doesn't like a nice bun? So we'll leave that for the birds. I'm gonna go with a Midwestern style, thick and full of stuff. It's not you don't want a sandwich with a little bit of meat in it. You want stuff falling out of it. That's the style we ate. I just know what I like to eat. I'm pretty plain. I'm not a big cooking guy. I can cook things, but he knows what works with what and what doesn't. So I tried to guess what he would think, just because I'm worried about their health. Put a little green in there. I think next I'm gonna put my fish on.
Make sure you're grabbing your fish now. I don't want you cheating.
These are mine here.
All right.
The way to do it is just put your fingers in there, because these guys know my hands are clean. I'm gonna do a little slaw right on top. Being Midwesterners that we are, gotta do some bacon, because I like mushrooms. To dress it up a little bit, I think I'm gonna do sprouts, because they're just fancy. Nobody eats them, but they just stay on the plate, at least where we come from. A few peppers here. I'll finish it off with a tomato to be placed over the top to hold all the stuff in. The competition's always fun. As an athlete and an ex-athlete.
I'm gonna dare to be different. So Robert used the bun, so I'm gonna use the tortilla. I'll probably start with the fish. So little onions, put a few little peppers in there, little mushrooms to go along with it. Because I'm a cheese guy.
Cheese and fish works.
Yeah, I'm gonna, Antonio can probably do a much better job, but.
What
Sure.
technique do you call that?
That's the slice. That's just a straight slice. There's no real. You can do that at home, folks. You don't need to. I feel like I did all right. My presentation was probably lacking, but I went straight for taste. I want to look nice and a little diagonal.
Top, bold choice.
Yeah.
Bold choice on top.
Got that little sour cream. So.
And when you're ready, you bring over your dishes. It's up to me and you there, bud.
Yeah,
It looks like it's going to be a tough one.
It will be a tough one.
Whose dish will win? Will it be Rob's with his thick and full Midwestern style sandwich? Or will it be his brother John's with his Dare to Be Different burrito?
See what happens. A little brotherly competition before we head home here.
I'm pretty confident, so we'll see.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, the cooking competition's great. I don't critique it as much as Antonio.
The boys are coming in now.
Look at
Final
these sandwiches.
plates for you guys.
Holy smokes.
Dig in and let me know what you think.
All right. That flounder is unbelievable.
That's a good fish sandwich right there. I liked how Robert's was nice and thick.
Yeah.
It was just, if he had that little extra bit of sauce, I think he might have taken him a little bit of sour cream or something.
Really moist because of the tomatoes. Well done.
Thank you.
Let's ask John what he made us here.
So I went for more of a burrito situation.
All in all, they were both great sandwiches.
You notice in the pattern of both, they're kind of messy, so.
Yeah. But John just had that extra bit of sauce on his, and I'm a sauce guy, so.
Good job, buddy. That was
you.
delicious.
Thank you.
As far as presentation goes, I'm gonna give it to Robert.
Presentation of Robert's dish was unbelievable. I don't
Could have
think it
served
could.
that in a restaurant.
Pretty much.
Even though Robert's 6'8" and he can throw me in this lake in a second, I'm gonna go with John.
But when it came to sheer taste, I really like the way John put together that burrito. I think I'm gonna have to go with John's dish.
Antonio and Shawn, they realized taste was key and they kind of forgot about those colors and the fancy look and came out with a victory.
So there you have it, guys. We had Robert's sandwich. We had the burrito made by John. Both were really good, shockingly. Like, unbelievable. I gotta say, this is probably 2 of the best dishes we've had so far.
I think
Fish and
so,
Fire.
yeah, it is.
Not gonna lie, I was a little upset when I lost, even though I agreed with his. Was a little, I should put some sour cream on mine.
Guys, thanks very much for coming out with us.
Thanks for having
Thanks,
us.
guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Great water.
My lasting thoughts of this trip was a great experience. It's always great to go experience new things. Another cool trip that I'll be able to tell my kids about, and great people.
But just a great experience, and you know, even learned a few cooking tips. So it was kind of a great trip.
I just enjoy being out and catching fish.
So round 1, we got onto the water. We had a great competition. Me and Rob, we were getting into some fish. It looked like John and Fish Shawn were doing very well. It was a hard mountain to climb, but I'll tell you what, we were getting there. We were getting close. Even the little ones that Fish Shawn didn't want to count in the competition, I convinced them to count. Round 2 was all with the knife skills and cooking. I'll tell you what, Robert and John put together 2 amazing dishes. It's really hard to judge these guys because one is about 7 feet tall. His brother's a little bit smaller, but he's still a big dude, and I didn't know what to expect from these guys, and I'll tell you what, they surprised me. The food was unbelievable. I had a blast fishing with those guys. Make sure you tune in to see what happens next on next episode. I'll tell you what, we catch fish, we cook fish, friendly competition between myself, Fish Shawn, and our special guest. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Celebrity Fish and Fire. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. We got lots more action coming up soon.